Imagine this. An empire of 40,000 soldiers surrounds your island. Cannons shake the walls day and night. Food is running out. The city is burning. And then, a pregnant woman climbs onto the fortress wall. She lights a cannon and fires back at the invading army. This isn't a legend. It happened during the Great Siege of Malta. It's one of the most heroic and strangely romantic moments in European history. In 1565, the Ottoman Empire was at its height. It had conquered Constantinople. It dominated the Mediterranean. It crushed resistance. Now it wanted Malta. Malta was controlled by the Knights Hospitaller, warrior monks who had been expelled from Jerusalem and Rhodes. They were outnumbered nearly 5-1, around 8,000 defenders against tens of thousands of Ottoman troops. Most European leaders believed Malta would fall within weeks. They were wrong. The Ottomans landed in May 1565. They bombarded Fort St. Elmo relentlessly. Thousands died. The fort eventually fell. The defenders were executed, their heads displayed on pikes. In response, the knights beheaded Ottoman prisoners and fired their heads from cannons back into enemy lines. This was no ordinary siege. It was psychological warfare. But the Ottomans kept advancing. Malta was crumbling. By late summer, the defenders were starving, exhausted, bleeding, and still fighting. As the fighting reached the towns of Birgu and Senglea, civilians joined the defense. Among them was a woman named Caterina Vitali. Women actively helped resupply, reload weapons, and even fire cannons. One of the most repeated accounts tells of a pregnant woman climbing the ramparts during a massive assault. Ottoman troops were storming the walls. Defenders were falling. Cannons needed reloading. She stepped forward, lit the fuse, and fired, again and again. Historians debate the exact identity of the woman, but records confirm women actively fought during the siege. This wasn't symbolic. It was survival. Behind those walls were husbands, children, families. Love wasn't poetry. It was protection. September 1565. The Ottomans launched one final massive assault. It nearly worked. The defenders were at breaking point. Then something unexpected happened. A small Spanish relief force landed on the island. Not massive, not overwhelming, but enough. The exhausted Ottomans, already weakened by months of resistance, began retreating. After 4 brutal months, the Ottoman Empire withdrew. Malta survived, against all odds. The Great Siege of Malta became legendary across Europe. It stopped Ottoman expansion deeper into the Western Mediterranean. It boosted morale across Christian Europe. And it proved something powerful. An empire can be massive, but determination can be stronger. And the image that endured wasn't just knights in armor. It was civilians, families, women, people fighting not for glory, but for each other. So here's the strange part. If Malta had fallen in 1565, the balance of power in Europe might have shifted dramatically. Different alliances, different wars, different history. And somewhere in that alternate timeline, maybe the woman on the wall never lights the fuse. Sometimes history turns, not on kings, not on emperors, but on someone who refuses to step back,